Hi, my name is Sigrid Grace, and it is an honor to speak with you today about my faith. I have been attending St. Paul's Church since before this sanctuary was built. My family and I had wonderful times here, but we moved away. And then when we returned to Rochester, I didn't immediately return to the church. It took a crisis for me to return. The crisis was that I had a cancer diagnosis, and it was recommended that I come to the cancer support group at St. Paul's United Methodist Church, where they have a marvelous group of people that are going through cancer, have gone through cancer, have loved ones who have had cancer, and many of them live a wonderful example to us. They are cancer survivors. Well, the doctors told me that I was fortunate that my cancer was detected early, and so I did everything that they said. And then imagine the horror that I felt 2 years later when I was told that I had cancer yet again. This was another time of crisis, and I believe that God gives us seeds of hope for the future in the challenges we face each day. And as I was facing the challenge of cancer this second time around, the seeds of hope in my future were indeed being planted by God. The second cancer was going to require a full year of chemotherapy. It was daunting. There were people who had chemotherapy with me 1 week that were not there the next week, and when I asked where they were, they had died. There were those who were going to have chemotherapy for the rest of their lives as long as they lived, and I was sicker than they were. I was very discouraged by this, and the doctors told me that I was having strong chemotherapy because they thought they would be able to save me. About halfway through this process, my husband, who was my great supporter with my cancer treatments, my husband said, "You need a lift. You've done half of your treatments now. Let's have a trip. Where would you like to go?" I said, "Well, I don't have any hair." And he said, "Well, wear your wig or your hat. Where do you want to go?" And I said, "I'd like to be a cowgirl. I want to go out west and ride horses." He said, "You're kind of old for that." And I said that I wasn't getting any younger. So we did go to Wyoming. I rode horses in the mountains, and I had a wonderful time. And then the next day was the car accident. My husband, John, was killed, and they said I was fortunate to have survived. So now I had to finish my cancer treatments with the help of the cancer support group, and I had to deal with being a widow. My life changed a lot as a widow. Weekends, which used to be wonderful, were now long and lonely times. And so I thought I needed to do something to make my weekends better. And one thing I could do was join a group at St. Paul's Methodist Church, and I could also improve my church attendance. So the group that I chose to become involved with was the Family Life class. They offer connections, both spiritual and social, for adults who are interested in Christian growth. Many members of the Family Life class are involved with committees in the church, and they keep us up to date with the opportunities that we have here. There are a wealth of program offerings. I've been to an adult Bible study. I'm also taking part in a creativity class now, and so that helped me a lot. But one thing that the Family Life helped me with especially was dealing with the first Christmas. I knew that was going to be a tough time, and I needed to schedule things so that they were good and worthwhile, but that I was still going on, and it was going to be different. Well, the Family Life class gives away coats at the Baldwin Center in Pontiac, and they also help distribute clothes to the needy. I thought that would be a good way for me to spend my Saturday. And then there was lunch afterwards with the group, and so they helped me through a difficult Christmas, and I'm very grateful for that. I said that God plants seeds of hope for our future. Well, when I first attended the Family Life class, one of the first people I met was someone that I'd worked with in the cancer support group. So dealing with cancer had helped me have an inroad to the Family Life class and have a connection. I was very grateful. Now, I've spoken a bit about the organizations at our church, those that meet at our church and those that are in our church. But I also have enjoyed and benefited from thoughtful individuals that are within our congregation. Those who see a need and just quietly step forward and make good things happen. One of the seeds for hope in my future was from the family life class, the first day that I decided that I was going to come to church again by myself. Instead of urging John to drive faster to get here on time, I was driving myself. I parked the car by myself. I walked up the sidewalk, and it looked to me like everybody was with partners but me. But when I opened the door, one of those seeds from the family life class and from the cancer support group came to fruition. There was a friend of mine from those groups standing inside the door, asking me if I would come sit with her, asking if I would like to go out for lunch afterwards. I would like to say that I had a very calm and quiet Sunday that day, but I did not. I had a few meltdowns during the service. Most likely the minister thought that he was preaching a very moving sermon. And he probably was, but I was having personal issues, and my friend just quietly and calmly handed Kleenexes over, made no big deal about it, and we went out to lunch afterwards. I'm very grateful to this church for its steadfast support during the tough times that I've had, and to the wonderful individuals whose warmth and individual help have helped me to grow as a Christian. I'm very thankful that we have such a wonderful church that we can attend, and I'm thankful for this opportunity to speak with you and be a witness of my faith in God. God bless each of us, each and every one.